today, I have another road trip to do in the logging truck. And so we are headed to Boston Bar from Prince George. And that to me is a really cool trip because you get to go through towns like Clinton and Cache Creek and then through the canyon, which I have not been in the canyon in over a decade. And there's a lot of old classic cars throughout there. The last time I went through Cache Creek, there was hundreds of vehicles piled up because they had to rescue them from the forest fires and the floods and everything that came through. So I'm just pointing out where all those rare finds are for you guys today. This is week 3 of me being in a logging truck. I was supposed to be headed home tonight, but I don't get to go home. All the road restrictions have come on, 50% road restrictions, and hauling loads from 9 at night to 9 in the morning. So that means that basically in a week, most of the roads will be shut down. You won't be able to log from what I'm hearing everywhere. So, gotta do what you gotta do. On the first week of hauling, I was hauling from Sundre, Alberta to Donald, BC, which is just south of Golden, BC. And then on Fridays, Thursdays, you load up your last load in Alberta and you haul it to Kelowna, BC. And then you do it all over the week after. The next week, I got to haul from McBride, BC to Prince George. And you get to see a lot of cool old stuff. That's where I found the Willys and that old Chrysler 300. And now I just left Prince George, headed to Boston Bar, and I will be hauling from Lillooet to Boston Bar until that contract is over. And we are in Quesnel right now, and I believe it's still sitting there. There's a nice square body Suburban coming up on the right as I'm headed south. So let's turn the camera around and see if we can find it. So this area is South Quesnel. This is the last part of town you will see as you're leaving Quesnel, headed south. Kind of makes sense. Here we go. As soon as you see that old truck on the C-can, those guys got some fun stuff in there. Where is it? I know it's right here. There it is. What a beauty. That is a gray and silver, I guess, with the red stripe. Late 80s Suburban, I'm guessing. And that thing's been sitting there behind that fence for a year that I've been driving through this town. And I always forget about it, but we'll start this trip off with a square body. Alright, what's next? I think there's a square body tow truck. I always miss it. Hey, look at that tank. Yeah, there's a square body tow truck up on the left here somewhere. I got some old Chevys, 67, 72 dualies. 3 of them. Oh, hey, that guy's collecting Skylines and Nissans and stuff. Out in the middle of nowhere. Who would think that? There's still cheap property out here, you guys. You know, those of you that live in the Okanagan, Lower Mainland, Vancouver area, and you can barely afford to eat. Way out in the middle of nowhere, you can still buy cheap property, but you're going to have to learn how to deal with things like winter. And we are between Quesnel and 100 miles, so I don't know exactly where those finds we just passed are. So, I missed a couple that I was not able to get on camera. Coming out of Quesnel, right before that square body Suburban, I forgot to mention, was a 66 Chevelle, just kind of sitting off to the side at a mechanical shop. And I just missed one on the left as I'm headed towards 100 Mile, and it's the, I believe, 67, I'm guessing, Barracuda, you know, with the big round bubble back window. There's a red one sitting in somebody's yard just doing nothing. And so I like just finding them and pointing them out to you guys, because if you're a real car guy and that's the car you want, you'll go after it. That's what real car guys do. A lot of guys will message me when I find these vehicles. Oh, ask them how much. No. You ask them. If you want it bad enough, you'll hunt it down and go after it. Alright. We shall continue the hunt. I think I saw this one in another video when I was coming up. Oh, GMC. I'm pretty sure I filmed that one in another video. Greeny Lake, 400 meters. Timothy Lake. And a cannabis store. Every town's got cannabis stores now. Oh, Bronco, 79 Bronco, a bunch of square body Chevys, even an army one, like a military one. Whoa, nice find. Never saw those before. I keep missing this place. A whole bunch of army trucks here. For sale. Sing Towing. This is just on your way into Clinton, I believe. No, I was wrong. We're in 70 Mile. We're not in Clinton yet. And then over here on the left, this little tiny blue shop always has lots of stuff. So he's got a bunch covered up. 51, 52 Ford. I think there was an Impala there. I love hunting for cars. Clinton, 32 kilometers. All right. So we are entering the town of Clinton. It's an RV park. And if you guys get the chance to come through here in the summertime, it is such a cool little town. That's Bar and Grill somewhere over here. But like they still have all these old buildings, little pottery, and it is so cool. The trading post. Look at this. This is the trading post. Ha, Nash. And then, of course, they have a gas station, normal stuff. Now, coming up to this corner up here, we're going to have Caribou Lodge, coffee house. Got an old church. Confess your sins. Alright, now when you come up to this corner, I think you actually have to turn left here to get in there. Oh, hey, look, they have a square body Blazer, an old forestry truck down there. And I'm going to have to pull over to do this. As soon as you see this old bus, which is really cool. I've never seen such a thing. Okay, as soon as you see that, right across the road there, at that building, when I pull ahead, there's going to be a whole bunch of cars for sale. And I'm talking like GTXs, 55 Chevys, that kind of stuff. So I'll just wait till traffic moves on and then I'll slowly drive by. Look at that, there's a Charger there. And they are for sale. We've got a Ferris wheel. And then piles of square body Chevys. I see crew cab dualies. Boy, lots of fun stuff around here. Alright, we're creeping up on Cache Creek. So there's going to be lots. Oh, beautiful square body Chevys in here. I see a black. Oh, look at all the square body tow trucks and Dodges. Wow. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. As you start coming down into Cache Creek, into all these beautiful rolling hills. They got absolutely decimated by fires. And then, of course, after fires, So the trees aren't there to hold all the water back, and these guys have been flooded several times in this town. I mean, severely. Where it's running down the main highway, washing out restaurants. And one of the roads that I have, that if you want to go towards Kamloops, I won't be going down that road, but there's still all sorts of stuff and vehicles trapped. It looks like an avalanche, but it's actually just the floods. And there's half a vehicle sticking out of the ground here, there, and everywhere. It's quite something to see. And, you know, now it's all nice and calm. So Cache Creek has seen a lot of catastrophes. So for years I would drive through here and I wondered where all the cars went. And then the fires and the floods rolled in, and all of a sudden they started piling them up just in one section of property. So that's what we are coming up to very shortly. So look at that, square body Suburban, pretty rotten. Browns, I remember this. These guys make 4x4s out of cars. This one's sitting right beside the building. Look at that cool old thing. You might have to pause the video to see it. Oh yeah. Oh. Look at this. There's a four-wheel drive Mopar. This is the only town I've seen anywhere that turns their cars into 4x4s. And this is where tons and tons and tons of vehicles have been hauled. They go all down the backside. There's vehicles from the 50s. There is just hundreds and hundreds in here. Look at that. Tesla electric chargers in the town of Cache Creek, strangely after the fires. That's not weird, is it? Is it just me being a conspiracy weirdo? Alright. Now, I have not been down this highway past this point for a lot of years. So fingers crossed. See what we find. I'm not sure what's going on over here. Ah, here we go. It's a vehicle. This world of burnt. Oh, roadhouse towing. That's why there's so many burnt vehicles. Alright. That's just a bunch of burnt stuff. What else we got up here? Another towing. Holy, towing yards are filling up. Alright. They're off into the land of nowhere. We were just entering Ashcroft. Up here is the Ashcroft drag strip. And I believe it's been shut down for quite a while just because people couldn't come to an agreement. So the rest of us can't watch drag racing anymore. So there the land probably sits, being unused is my guess, but we're going to find out. And there it is. What once was a drag strip is now full of hay bales. Wow, they actually put hay. They're using a drag strip to store hay. You guys suck ass. The whole strip. They just ruined the entire drag strip over a disagreement. That is like the biggest douchebag thing I have ever seen. It is so neat to see so much different country. To go from minus 23 in Alberta, dumping snow and all the farmers' flatlands. Then I end up in McBride and I'm in all the trees. Now I'm in the desert. That is pretty cool. I'm still upset about the racetrack. This is a spectacular highway, especially on a street bike. Like, this is so cool. this one, aren't you, Richard? Got ourselves a race. Look at all the bighorns, all the way up the hillside. Holy! Wasn't expecting that. There's 20 or 30 of them there. I believe we are entering Spence's Bridge. So we are in Spence's Bridge, and here we go. We have a 53 to 56 Ford. There's a 65 Chevy Suburban. A whole bunch of old stuff from the 30s. Wow. That's what I've been looking for. What a cool yard. That's worth coming to see. And that guy looks like he does business and willing to wheel and deal. Oh, we got more. There's more old ones down there, just as you're coming up to Spence's Bridge. This is the bridge. That's what this town's famous for. We're now officially in the canyon. Lots of old churches. I probably should have cleaned that side window before this. Those are the train tunnels. There's trains on both sides of that river. The views that you get in this canyon are just unbelievable. And this is where they do all the whitewater rafting. We're headed towards, first we're going through Lytton, which is 29 kilometers, and then to Boston Bar, so that's 72 away. And I can't remember where Hell's Gate is, but Hell's Gate is where the rapids are the worst. For those of you that may never get to see this place, this is spectacular here. And it is such an amazing road to ride. I think the highway's repaired. We're going to find out. It was gravel for a while after all of the destruction, but our last stop is where the forest fires rolled through and destroyed everything, so that's where I'm logging. So we're going to see some stuff, I guess. Not sure what we're getting into here. Wow. This is quite something. This stuff's fun to me. That's quite the serious bridge repairs going on there. Check out the rocks here. See when the water really gets running through here. It's pretty low right now. It's quite an interesting highway this is. I've never seen a highway look like this before. Getting close. We're about 20 minutes away from Boston Bar. So I'm way up in the mountain now, and you just never know what you're gonna find. This is gonna be a Lillooet right now, and I'm at the first logging yard I've been to. Go look at that. What a beauty. Wow, that's nice. Alright, you guys, this is crazy. It's one lane. There's nobody monitoring it. You just gotta hope somebody's not coming. And we have multiple logging trucks on this road. Check out that cliff. Obviously there is a big avalanche here. Holy crap, man. So this is between Lillooet and Lytton. And I wasn't expecting to give you guys this tour of these towns, but Lytton is the town that got destroyed in the fire, and they're rebuilding it right now. So it's crazy to see. It's just leveled and there's just nothing there but, you know, new telephone poles. It's a shocker. I was blown away. So we're gonna go through Lytton next. I've done one run back and forth, so I found a few vehicles, Camaros, Thunderbirds, some cool stuff. And then I think I'm taking a whole different route home that I've never been on. So I guess we're doing a long video. That was a building there. We're just entering what once was the town of Lytton. And you could probably count on one hand the places that survived. This is incredible. Like, there was an entire town here. All these telephone poles are new. It's just leveled. I've seen a lot of stuff on the roads, and I know I'm getting older, maybe I'm getting a little softer and more sensitive, but it's pretty horrifying what I've been seeing as a truck driver. I mean, I'm happy to see them rebuilding, but what people have been through, my God. Alright, we're in Boston Park. Sitting right on the side of the road. Look at that. A Ford short box step side. I don't see many of those. So we're on Highway 12, headed to Lillooet again. And where is it? Where is it? Right there. Look at that. An 81 Toyota short box 4x4. I don't know why I'm good at finding 4x4s. I guess that's Canada. But I love those little Toyotas. Alright, the next one we're watching for is, I found the AMC, I think it's Pace Car from Wayne's World, the Mirthmobile. There's one of those hiding behind a house. I've never seen one of those in anybody's yard. So we're hunting for that. Here it is. Right behind that house. That AMC Pacer. It's the Mirthmobile. I would drive that all day long. Alright. Here we have cars from the 50s, there's 60s T-Bird, there's second gen Camaro, a couple of stock cars, and a Mustang in the tent. And that is just outside of Lillooet. Ooh, good find. That was a Dodge Dart. So this is Highway 12 when you leave Lillooet and you're headed towards Cache Creek. I have never been on this highway. It's some of the craziest country I've ever seen. And you'll be driving and all of a sudden there's a car. There's a truck. Gotta be on your toes, but unbelievable. And of course, across the river in the valley, I can see tons and tons of old cars, like yards with 30 and 40 of them. Look at the bridge. It's not like anywhere else I've ever seen in BC or Alberta. This is just crazy country. Highly recommend you visit it. It's unbelievable. Great roads for a supermoto too. What do we got? Oh, we got a really nice little Bronco 2 in the pile. Oh, several Bronco 2s. That's a Ford, a Fiat, like 72-ish Chevy. And while we're on this journey, I'm headed home because I just quit. I am done vlogging. I saw my paycheck today and I am out. No thank you. You can make 4 times as much minimum in the oil field. So we're going to enjoy this 4-hour drive home. Go to the shop, have a couple of days at the shop because I need that so that I can be sane. Maybe stick the rear end in the Kraken. Have to finish the Jimmy, so enjoy it. This is the last journey. I'm really thankful for the spectacular views I got to see. And I always wanted to know about logging. Don't like it, not for me. I can't believe people live on these banks. Like these are 10 and 11% grades, these hills. I think this one's an 8. 20 and 30 kilometer an hour corners. And they just, that's their driveway, they just live on a bank. I see tunnels, train tracks. Hopefully those aren't a problem for me. 4.73 meters, I think we're fine. My goodness. This is crazy. I keep saying, yeah, look at that, 20 kilometers an hour. Wow. I've never been on a road like this. This is not wide enough for 2 vehicles. Holy crap. Oh, I see a train tunnel. Alright, I don't see any cars for a little while. Looks like a no VSS there. I've actually missed a few 50 Chevys, like 56. Some of the older ones, like the early 50s. There's some pretty cool stuff laying everywhere. Everybody's gonna build it one day. We got another square body Suburban. Monte Carlo, 2 Monte Carlos. Volkswagen Bug. Hey, a PT Cruiser, haven't seen one of those in a while. There's a lot of burnt square bodies and dent side Fords from the fires. You see cabs piling up everywhere. I guess people don't want to get rid of them yet. Old stuff, old cars. Oh, look at them all. Holy. So this is, I'm back at Cache Creek. I've done a huge loop. And this river right along here flooded the whole town. And this is where you can see certain vehicles and stuff still sticking out of the ground. Monstrous trees, and it's quite amazing. I'm happy to see so many of the old cars got rescued. Alright, now we're on a new path. I'm willing to bet this trip is probably 2,500 kilometers that you guys got to experience with me. Well, that's it. I'm back home. I'm done with this gig. I wanted to try it out, see what it was like. And I put in around 96 to 97 hours a week. And I get my 2-week paycheck, and it's $2,700. it's a wee bit shy, so we're just not going to do that. So I have to clean this truck out and move out of it and get back to doing what I love. But I got to try it out, got to see lots of cool stuff. So I'm thankful for that. And as always, I love showing you guys cars and whatever I can find out there. So I'm going to get some sleep because I was up at 2 a.m. to start work and it's now 7 p.m. So bedtime, I'll be back at the shop tomorrow morning. Finally.